471 million for.
You know, the number one reason people attend auctions because they're fun.
So there's a nostalgia, there's an attachment to cars. This car is fantastic.
There are very few brands I can say I haven't driven. The ultimate cruising car. Let's go for a ride.
It's not surprising that bidding for this rare and coveted model was fierce.
Yours call. Sold, sold, sold.
A beautiful spring day, a gorgeous array of vintage vehicles set against the backdrop of Monte Cassino. If this isn't La Dolce Vita, I don't know what is. And if it makes you feel like getting yourself a little Italian number, then the Creative Rights auction has just the thing. In order to attract a diverse array of bidders, an auction catalogue needs to include more than just high-powered, ultra-rare exotics. In fact, sometimes a car can be desirable for the exact opposite reasons, as Savvy was about to find out.
Off, let's take it all the way to 1963 was the year when this baby came out. Still looking like she can still move.
Sexy.
Absolutely amazing.
Sexy.
Sexy and cute.
The original Italian stallion. Fiat 500 A-bar. She's 60 years old this year and she still looks good.
It's so crazy how this car has changed and evolved throughout the years. I guess it started all here.
Well, Fiat owns a lot of brands, including Ferrari. So, yeah, the midget Ferrari, the bonsai Ferrari. They're still extremely popular. This was made for the small streets, the small cobble streets of Italy 60 years ago, and little mountain passes. Put the whole family in. Little air-cooled engine at the rear, still rear-powered.
Yeah.
And this one's a soft top, built for summer, and she goes like a bomb.
Take me through this car. What makes it such a unique piece of work that you'd want to have as part of your garage?
You know, the styling, the history, the legacy, the provenance of a Fiat 500. The Fiat 500 Club of South Africa, they have a huge following. You know, we have some extremely rare Fiats in the country, some very limited numbers in the world that are worth, you know, as small as the car is, they're worth well into the millions. Wow. So owning one is you know, it's almost like a culture. It's a lifestyle, having an Italian car.
Yeah.
You know, they have to leak because it's Italian. Yeah. If there's no leak underneath it, there's something wrong. There's something wrong with it. But you know, it's the styling, it's the history. You know, this one's got suicide doors on it. Yeah. You know, you just don't find that. It's crazy for a little car. Put the whole family in, the 2 kids in the back, stick your head out the roof, and off you go.
I love what you guys have been able to do. The seats, the colorway, something similar to this with most other Fiat 500s out fine on the road.
This is a special one. Yeah, a little A-bath. It's what we could, I suppose, a little pimped version of a Fiat 500. Yeah, it's one of the very few of ones like these we've seen. Yeah, you know, and she's going under the hammer. Extremely rare.
Roughly, how much you think this might go for?
Probably, oh, jeepers. The Fiats are difficult, you know. There's a cult following for these, you know, especially in the Italian clubs. They could go for anything between 300 and 600,000. Okay. You know, if they're left-hand drive, sometimes even more. Okay. If they're topless, The Fiat Topolinos, they start at R1 million.
Yeah.
So, you know, the price parameters are vast. You just really never know what's going to happen on the day.
Okay. I think maybe we can start this auctioning life right here. Buy it and then bring it back next year after riding it the whole year. That's if I really want to put it back in the auction. Talking about auction, let's head to the auction and see how much this baby is going to go for.
Lot number 156, the Fiat 500 Abarth Elaborazione, a 1963 Fiat 500 Abarth. It's convertible. If you're like me, your head's going to stick out. Any other to go, ladies and gentlemen, number 156, any other to go now. 100,000, 100,000, any other to go, 100,000, have it, 150, sir. At 130, we have it, 150, 200,000, have it, 225. At 225, have it, 250,000, sir. Fiat 500 Abarth Elaborazione, 1963, 275, yes or no? At 275, 270, any other to have it, 275, 5 now. And any other to have it, selling at 274. First call at 275, and any other to have it, selling at 275 now. Second call. That's twice at 275, selling at 275, 5 phones are out, online's in. At 70, 280, sir. 280,000, it's on the floor in Johannesburg at 280,000 now. At 2 have it, selling at 280,000, have it at 290, yes or no? Another 10,000, 295, sir. At 295, it's on the floor, have it, any other have it, 295, 5. At 295, first call at 295, online's out. Second call at 295. All in, all done, last call at 295. Sold it at 295, STC.
A classic Italian pocket rocket for less than the price of a new B segment hatch. Now that sounds like a bargain. It just goes to show that there's something to suit every bank account at an auction. After the break, we have a Jaguar for those with slightly deeper pockets.
Most collectors have one of these in some format in their collection.
Okay.
Because they just are absolutely iconic.
At 85, 900,000 now.
Anyone what they think when you say British sports car, and they're likely to say the letters MG. With its central curves, gleaming chrome trim and wire wheels, it's easy to see why to many this is the acme of English sports cars. Coming up next, we've got a coupe that's got all those right ingredients with a little extra dash of speed.
We're still talking all things cars with Kevin. We are Creative Rise in Bryanston. This time around, we're taking a quick trip to the British, the UK, London, the E-Type Jaguar. Tell me more about this baby.
So this is a typical English classic epitome of that classic car that the English built. Someone like Enzo Ferrari said quite clearly, would have been his most beautiful car he's ever seen. If you spoke to anybody that was a collector worldwide and you said to them, choose 10 cars to put in your collection, this car will always be one of the 10.
Yeah.
It's an absolute iconic classic car. Coupe, as you see, what it is, it's a move from a Series 1 to a Series 2, so it's got bits on it that are still Series 1 and bits on it that are Series 2. It's a numbers matching car. In other words, the engine, everything on this car matches to when it came out the factory. It's been refurbished front to back, as you see. It is magnificent.
And that's the thing about Jag. They've just always been niche. Like everything looks like it's supposed to be there.
Everyone wants to have one. If you've collected cars in your lifetime, you probably would have owned one if you don't still have one today. If you have sold it, you're generally quite upset that you actually did sell it, and you're looking always for another one. So ultimately, this is really English classic car driving, really at its best.
What makes this car a must-buy for you? For someone who's probably starting out, they've heard all these great things about the E-Type, Jaguar. Why would you say I must bid for this car?
So I suppose there's value proposition in it. E-Types will retain their value, and over a period of time, you're not going to do a quick swing on a car like this. You're not. You're going to pay the right number for it. And ultimately, if you keep it and look after it, and you love it, and you keep on maintaining it as you need to, the car will slowly appreciate in value over time. So, and these certainly, this is an amazing car in terms of what you know your value will be retained. Remember, this is a 1968 motor car. Wow. So this car is pretty old for what you're looking at. As you can see, she's no scratches, no bumps, no marks. Beautiful. If we pop the lid and you looked at the motor, you can eat off the engine. It's a beautiful, beautiful motor car.
How much you think you're going to get for this one?
They sell for anything from 700,000 to as much as 2.5 million, depending on what car you've got, what year it is, what's the model, what's the kilos, what's the heritage on the car, who owned it, what kind of heritage we have on the car, what do we know about it, and takes it from there.
Yeah, man, this is absolutely beautiful. Can't wait to see how much it's going to go for an auction. A Jaguar E-Type, ladies and gentlemen.
Lot number 12, the magnificent 1968 Jaguar E-Type Series 1.5. The 68, there she is, my left, your right. The 1968 Jaguar E-Type Series 1.5, an incredibly gorgeous car. Online bidding has already started at 500,000 Rand. 500, any other, we have it at 5. At 5, I have it selling at 5, have it at 600, 700, at 700, 750,000 now. At 75, 5. At 750, have it at 750, 888, selling at 850, sir. At 85, 900,000 now. At 900,000, if you can find these E-Types, ladies and gentlemen, they're worth a lot of money and even better for investment. 900, have it at 1 million now. At $1 million to go, have it $1 million, have it $1 million now. $1 million Rand for early auction to go, here we go, 1.1 million and 50,000 now. At $1 million Rand, have it at 1050, yes or no, sir. At $1 million Rand once, at $1 million Rand twice, fair warning online. Who's whistling? Yes, sir. 1.1, sir. New bidder at 1,100,000. Have it at 1,100,000 now. Where's mine? Have it selling at 1, selling 1 now. At 1,100,000. Have it at 1. You're in 1,200,000, 1,200,000. Last call, last chance. Is out. You're in, sir. 1,100,000. Third and final call. Sold.
The E-Type comfortably exceeded Kevin's lower estimate, which is hardly surprising given its impeccable condition and desirable specification. After the break, a coveted 60s sports car from the opposite side of the Atlantic goes under the hammer.
When you look at it, it looks the way it should, like it came out the factory. But from below the exhaust headers, it's straight through pipes.
1,500,000, 1,500,000, 1,500,000.
Over the last couple of weeks, we've had the privilege to get up close and personal with some of the most sought-after classic vehicles in South Africa. From microcars to supercars, from South African one-offs to Italian exotics. So how do we top that, you ask? Well, with this.
If you watch a lot of movies, you've probably heard a line or two around this car. I'm talking about a Corvette Mark. This looks absolutely beautiful.
This is a 1963 split window Corvette.
1963? Wow.
It's the only year they built them. They only produced 10,600 units of the split window. And as I say, it's the only year they ever made them. This particular car, I know a little bit of history about it. I've seen it before I joined Creative Rides.
Yeah.
It was restored by a gentleman by the name of Chad Bensel, ran a company called Sporttech. He has passed on.
Okay.
And those in the car world would have known him as being a tuning center. And he had a big love for V8 cars, especially the Corvettes. So this car, I know, has been built from bumper to bumper, completely redone. Under the hood is a small block V8, looks very stock, runs extremely well, plenty of torque. And the difference is, when you look at it, it looks the way it should, like it came out the factory. But from below the exhaust headers, it's straight through pipes, giving you that nice raspy V8 noise out the back. It's quick, but it's also a cruiser at the same time. Has a 4-speed manual, which is obviously, as a driver, what you really, really want. And it's just immaculate.
It's such a beautiful, beautiful car. From what you know, like, what about this time is captured with this car?
So it would have been a direct competitor to the guys across the pond with the E-Types. And the 60s just was an amazing time for car design. If you look at 50s cars, the fenders and all that were off the car. And in the 60s, everything started to become more sleek, more aerodynamic. And I think they learned a lot between the eras of how to make a car go faster, slicker, and look just as pretty as this.
Do you think the designers nowadays are that experimental? Because with the cars that we've been covering, you know, with this season, it's just been absolutely amazing. It's like guys were just trying out things and see if it works. Would you say the modern designers are doing a similar thing?
I think the modern designers probably draw back a lot to this. Could you recreate a Corvette like this?
Nah.
No. But the company's still around. They're still building cars. Also still V8s. They've kept to that true statement of theirs. And they're just beautiful cars.
The color I have not seen. You know, I don't know. What do you call this color?
It's hard to explain it. I would say it's an orangey red. But
That's a manly answer. That's what I was thinking. Orangey red.
We've had debates here in the shop about what the color is. And even when we took the photo on our catalog, the first version of it we got was orange, and the second version was red. So is it orange? Is it red? You can see it for yourself.
Gotta see it for yourself. Let's see how much you can get for this car. But before we go, how much you think you might get for this?
It's definitely going to go beyond 2 million for sure. And it's definitely worth it. There aren't that many around in South Africa. And we'd be sad to see it leave our shores if it were to be taken by an overseas bidder.
All right, cool stuff. Let's see how much this one might go for. Mark says just over 2 million. I tend to agree.
This is the last lot of the afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate your time, appreciate your patience, appreciate your bidding. This is lot number 99. A 1963 Chev Corvette Stingray C2 Coupe split window. There she is. We drove her here. She's immaculate as you see it, ladies and gentlemen. Online bidding is started already. 1 million. 1 million to go. Any other evidence at 1,250,000. 125, 125, 555. At 1,250,000. Have it. 125, 555. 1 million five, sir. At 1 million five. 1 million five. 1 million five. 555. 1,600,000. 600,000. At 7 of it. Have it. 7 of it. 7 of it. 7 of it, sir. At 1,700,000. Have it. 7 of it. 1,888. Selling 1,800,000 now. At 1 million. Have it. 1,999. Selling 1,999 now. At 900, the only split window we have it. 2 million now. At 2, selling it 2. Have it. 2 million, sir. At 2 million, sir. Have it. 2,100,000. At 2.111. Selling it 2.1, sir. At 2.11. What? 150? 120, sir. At 2,120,000 now. 150,000. At 151, sir. 150,000. 175, 175, 175, 5. I've got 175. 2250. At 2,250,000. I've got 2,250,000. I'm asking 25,000 more. 2,250,000. 2275. At 275, Nicolay, in at 275, 75, 75, 55. 2.3 million. At 2 million, 2 million, 3, selling at 2, 3, 3, 3. First call at 300,000, here we go. Second call at twice at 2 million, 3, 2 million, 3, 3, selling at 3 now. Split Corvette window, ladies and gentlemen, at 2 million, 300,000. Hammers high. Third and final call. Congratulations, sir. Sold at 2,300,000 rands.
What a spectacular result and the perfect way to wrap up this year's classic and collectible vehicle auction. If you missed out on this one, then I suggest you check out Creative Ride's website for more information on their upcoming auctions. I'm out of here, but DJ Sabby is going to see us out in style.
Let's go for a drive.
Let's go for a drive.
Let's do this one.
Yeah!